What's going on, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. So I know I haven't uploaded videos in a really long time, a few months to be exact. So about like 4 months, I think. But I just thought I wanted to give some update as to what I'm doing. Actually, I was gonna record this video tomorrow or the day after executing all these moves, right? But then I decided because I went to my channel and I realized because I was trying to find this video and I realized it's actually my channel's birthday, right? So I decided, what the hell, I'll just record the video, post it, and then I'll execute in this 1 or 2 days, right? So first of all, we have to talk about Alibaba, and then we're going to talk about HIMS, which is a stock I sold Alibaba and put the proceeds in. And then lastly, we're going to talk about ARM Holdings, right? So let's start with Alibaba. So Alibaba, in this video, you can see that I sold out at about 83 Hong Kong dollars. So actually this is 76, but basically let's see 9988. So basically currently it's trading even lower at 75.50. So I plan to start buying again tomorrow. So a lot of my fears I had with the China issues and all have been kind of resolved after the Chinese president went to US. And then after that, you can see that actually Alibaba has been executing, but you see that the price is even lower than when I sold 4 months ago. So I think I don't need to run through it why I'm buying back into the investment. I think it's trading around 7 times free cash flow. Half of its market cap is in cash. So I don't really think there's a big explanation on how much value it is or whatever, right? I think if you're in that community, you would have known by now, right? Because it's been like what, 3 years since everyone has been pounding on those facts, right? But yeah, I'm going to be buying back into Alibaba. I'm going to use 9988, right? I'm not going to buy it on the US ADS, right? Sorry, ADRs, right? So next, let's talk about HIMS. So this is a company, if you remember, that I actually sold Alibaba to buy some of this stock, right? So obviously I didn't throw all the proceeds inside, but the other stock that I bought was actually Evolution AB, which is also up about I think 15 to 20% from the time that I bought it. But definitely HIMS has been the outperformer, right? Because I actually doubled my money in this stock at this current point in time. So I think it's worth talking a bit about, right? So pre-market it's 1240, up about 21%, and then you can see that it was 8%. So I bought, actually my average price is around, I think somewhere like 660 or something like that. So not quite a double yet, but I think anytime you can get, what is this? I don't know how much this is. Wait, let me see. Anytime you can get almost a double within a few months, I think you'll take it, right? I think I was buying somewhere here all the way through here. So I don't think I'm going to do a deep dive on HIMS and hers. I think maybe I'll have a separate video for that. And disclaimer, I'm not going to be making videos that often still, right? I think in the maybe next 5 or 6 months, after 5 or 6 months, I'll be making more and more videos, right? But until then, I won't be making so many videos, right? Because actually, from the time that I sold out of this Alibaba position, I actually only make one addition to the portfolio. So I don't think it's so exciting as those YouTubers that have 50 stocks in their portfolio, right? Because I only have like 3 or 4 stocks in my portfolio, 3 at the moment. So HIMS and hers, what actually happened is they outperformed a lot. And what I'm going to do with the shares is I am trimming a bit, maybe 10-15%, but the rest I'm going to leave it inside, right? And it's about 60 something, 70% of my portfolio. So you can see that I'm just going to let this winner run, right? Because I'm also looking for cash from other places to redeploy so I can diversify through the cash, right? So we can see that this is actually a standout performer versus Teladoc, which is the other telehealth company that people always compare them to, right? And you can see that basically it's doing very well compared to Teladoc. And that's how I know it's a well-run company, right? Rather than a sector move, it's only itself doing very well, but the whole sector is not doing extremely well, right? So the last thing I'm going to talk about is actually ARM Holdings, right? So ARM Holdings is actually, I think, incredibly overvalued. I might or might not buy some put options on it just to hedge my whole portfolio and also maybe profit a bit from the downside that I see see, right? And shout out to Meet Kevin, right? Actually, he was the one that got me to look into this. So what is happening here is basically that this is actually a great company, but the issue is it's trading at way high multiples, and the growth rates are really low, right? So the growth rates are like 10-11% or to 15%, even though there's this whole AI boom, right? And basically the catalyst will be on the 12th of March, which is about 2 weeks from now. So I think if I want a position, I'll be positioning in these few days. On the 12th of March, actually, the lockup finishes, right? So if you take a look at some shares like Coinbase, right? Usually what happens after the lockup, so this is the IPO. 6 months later, I think the lockup expired here. It ran another 1 month, and then it did this, right? Which is an 85% down move, right? So I don't think ARM is going to be 85% down. If not, my options will print a lot of money, right? So you can see that the lockup agreement 180 days after the date of this prospectus, which is actually the IPO date, right? So the next thing is I want to see new SoftBank Group facility. Okay, you can see that the existing SoftBank Group facility initially will grant with a security interest with respect to 769 million shares, which is a 75% stake in ARM Holdings. And the SoftBank Group actually took, I think, it's a lot of debt. I think it's 8.5 billion. Yeah, look. So it's 8.5 billion that they have took against the ARM Holdings stake, right? So if you look at ARM stock right now, about 10% of the shares are floated in the market, right? So really not that much, right? So if SoftBank wants to sell or something, they will really need to take out a lot of the buying pressure, right? So you can see that it's moving like this. Let's see, 1 year. This is maybe a double top, you could argue. But basically my logic is it's going to be a really small bet, right? So don't think like I'm like betting my whole account on it, right? But it's like a small speculative bet to hedge in case because I do think that the market is quite overheated right now. So it's a small hedge just on the most high beta play just to hedge myself, right? So basically the logic is that SoftBank will maybe sell some shares because they own 90% of the company and their lockup is expiring, right? So they might sell some of the shares to repay the debt agreement or just to lower the debt outstanding, right? So I don't have it open here, but SoftBank's cash position is equal to their I think it's their current liabilities, right? Something like that, right? So you can see that there's a lot of there's a lot of bonds coming up for payment, right? So euro 638 million, 781 million, 400 million. So you can see that this is all 2024 to 2025, right? So I think there is some logic because I think SoftBank was selling a lot of their Alibaba shares even in the low 90s, low 80s, low 70s, right? So if something as overvalued as ARM, maybe they will be selling some shares as well, right? And that's what I'm kind of banking on. So yeah, this has been a short update. I think I'll make another video on HIMS, and then if anything interesting comes up, then I'll make videos on them as well. But don't expect too many videos, right? I think after like 5 or 6 months, I'll be much more active on YouTube again because I'm making a lot of headway into the stuff that I mentioned that I was working on in the last video, which my focus has not exactly been off it, but I don't have that much funds to deploy. So I'm not really making that many moves currently. And also, quite frankly, a lot of the stuff in the market is very overvalued. So kind of demotivating to look for deals when everything is very overvalued, right? And you don't have a cash position as well. So it's like, why are you looking anyways? Why not just stick with the stuff you already have? So I do think there's still opportunity, right? But I'm just saying that this is basically fishing where there's maybe 10 fish right now, but in case of global slowdown or a US recession, there will be, let's say, 1,000 fish in the pond for us to fish, right? So at that time, and I'm also preparing for that time, right? Which is why I'm mentioning that I'm liquidating some assets to get a cash position ready. If any of that ever happens. So that's why I'm also preparing for it. I can prepare and I can be wrong, but if it happens, then I want to be prepared, because I'm also thinking that all this, a lot of valuations are quite crazy. So in November 2022, valuations actually came back to reality and there were so many deals to buy. So at that time I was also buying. So now maybe I need to trim some of my positions and get some more cash ready from external sources as well, right? Not just inside my portfolio, right? So that's about all I wanted to share today. If you did enjoy the video, do help me smash up the like button, hit subscribe and hit the bell button. With that being said, have a fantastic day ahead and peace out.